understanding of football. The second one.
Like, they've been really good against the run, Carolina, and they bring a lot of pressure. Was there something you guys saw that made you believe that you still would be able to run the ball, even though they've been so good at stopping it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's, once again, they've played well against the run, but we've been running very well too. So I just think, their pressure schemes, getting in and out of different defensive, personnels. Our guys are doing a great job identifying it and keeping us in clean looks, as far as proper, blocking angles and that's, and Tony and Zeke are getting clean looks, to a three-man surface, particularly, and you can see the ball going back in the A-gap. So I just, we're hitting a pretty good, rhythm right now. I mean, it's early. We've only played 4 games, but, I really like the way we've run the ball here in the last 3 weeks.
You were talking about third down earlier. I think they were like 0 of 7, 0 of 8 in the second half. Did you change some things schematically on third down to give them different looks, or what?
I mean, a little more pressure calls. They hit they hit a 3rd and 12 and a 3rd and 11. So, we had 1 versus a 3-man rush. So I would just say we were a little more aggressive and, but just really stay with the plan. I mean, it's, the matchups, the rotation, the defensive front. I think our coaches are doing a good job just staying after it. So we rolled all of our guys tonight like we intended to up front, and everybody contributed.
From your time around Trayvon, does he seem
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part.
From your time around Trayvon, does he seem like a guy who enjoys the challenge of facing a top wide receiver like DJ Moore?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what he wants. I mean, and that's and those are the opportunities that he should have. He's earned that, and it's he's playing number one confidence purely in that back end. I mean, he's the way he breaks on the ball. I mean, he has as fine as hands that I've been a part of in this league. The way he goes after the football.
What did you guys have a decision to make in the first half on the penalty that Reddy Gregory drew on the face mask? You guys decided to decline that penalty and take the 3rd and 12. What went into that decision, and did it play out?
I think it's really the answer I gave David a couple questions ago. It's 3rd and 12, opportunity to get 3 and out. I think it would have been second. The penalty would have been half the distance of the goal. 2nd and long. I mean, 3rd and 12, we expect to win that match up there. I mean, that's 3rd and 12 and 3rd and 11. Give him some credit, but that's opportunity for a 3 and out there.
You were talking earlier in the week about Dak Prescott, and when you have a quarterback playing at this level, the confidence it not only gives the offense but the whole team. It's not another example. I mean, it was close, and then you have just a slim opening there in the 3rd, and he just helps break it open with some of those plays.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's in an excellent rhythm, and I think I can't say it enough because when you're playing against in these games with all the different personnel rotations and the pressure, I mean, there's more adjustments and more tweaks, and and he managed it at an extremely high level today. So made the throws. We had the stag down there, the big one, to said, and he's playing very well right now.
The defense had 5 sacks and 11 quarterback hits on Darnold. What was your overall assessment of the team's pass rush?
I think you've answered the question. I mean, that was the matchup that we felt that we could maximize. Particularly getting them in 3rd and long, and I think we really clearly illustrated that in the second half.
Everyone in the stadium knew you guys were running the ball late in that game. Still, your 4-minute offense was able to grind it out and get that win. How important is that sort of a situation for this team?
Extremely important. There's every football game. There's a point in every football game you have to go run the football. You got to go run the football when they know that everybody knows you're going to run it. That's what good teams, good run teams do. So and we've been doing that. So and we're going to have to do it again. In 7 days against the Giants. So I mean that's what we're putting on film. The first 4 weeks of every NFL season, you have unscattered looks and all those types of things, but you establish your identity. And we clearly have established the fact that we can run the football and we can stop the run. That was obviously an emphasis coming off of last year's performance, and so far so good.
There's Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show. Cowboys 36, Panthers 28. Cowboys now 3-1 on the season, so we're basically a quarter of the way through the season. I say basically because it's now a 17-game season. We'll get Brad Sham's thoughts on the Cowboys' victory and how to assess this team now a quarter of the way through the season. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
There's something I've always wanted to tell you, Priscilla.
Greg,
Oh, sorry.
From the moment I
Appreciate everybody for making a donation. Thank everybody for being part of this nation. Thank everybody for being part of this episode. Thank everybody for jumping in. My name is Law Nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. I'm building the plane while it's in the air. By the way, appreciate you guys. Where is this link? I don't even know where to begin at. They on commercial break right now. Yeah. There you go right here. All right. Let me see. Now I got it fixed, man. I didn't know where that. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. What we do here, we pretty much listen in to 105.3 The Fan. We get the players' interviews, and be sure to make sure that you guys hit up 105.3 The Fan. And shout out, who made the donation here? Who was that? That was the Lunatic. Appreciate you. Can you repeat it, por favor? You know. Yeah. Really appreciate you guys, man. Victory is victory, but we have to improve on some things. We got to clean up some stuff, man. But I'd rather clean up with a win versus clean up with a loss, you know. But this
Putty
is
tats. This not like Niger HOU. Too many weapons. Go Cowboys. DC4L. Poro Pinche Cowboys.
Poro Pinche. Love it. I love it, man. I feel good always, lady. Yeah, we should feel great about this win. A win is a win is a win. And on top of that, do that record count? Was that a team that was north of 500? Can we get a round of applause for that? You know, that kind of slipped my mind when we were doing the play-by-play. Because all I heard. Who wrote that song? I heard. Well, I think it was Rich Homie Quan or somebody. But all I heard was that the Cowboys can't beat a team that's over 300. Right? All I heard was that the Cowboys can't beat a team that got the number one defense. You know, they were, Trey, you said they were 3-0, right? That means they was undefeated. Yeah, so now I'm sitting here saying, oh, let's talk about it. Kendrick, let's talk about this one. And, I heard. I heard, that song go hard, by the way, that Ezekiel Elliott was a shell of himself. And that Ezekiel Elliott, he can't run no more. And the path of the righteous man is not beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man, right? But that's what we heard, you know. I heard. Robert, appreciate you for the donation.
Diggs. See you next week, bro.
Yeah, Robert Blackwell. I heard. I heard that Diggs won't do nothing. That he won't be able to get the INT, you know. Oh, my goodness. Nation strong. Appreciate you, Chuck. Appreciate you so much. Yeah. Shout out to Lady Jessica. They said he was washed. Yeah, up to, Law, yeah. And all I was telling everybody, it's not the time to cast aspersions on a person, right? Oh, my goodness. This is a time and a moment and opportunity to look at this opportunity and say to yourself that the Dallas Cowboys, we ready, bring it, we right here. And we ain't going anywhere. Panthers fan mad. But see, one thing I'm glad about this game that the Panther fans can't use. The Panther fans, see, they were waiting to say, well, the organization gave y'all 6 points. Or that drive with the fumbles or what have you, that the aficionados, you can't use that one now. No, you can't use that one. You can't. This game should have been like 42-45 to 14.
from a second-year corner who's really, really good, and Trayvon Diggs. Brian Broadus, Temkin, Brad Sham in a moment.
Nation
but first,
strong,
home to over
flex
8,500 of your favorite
100.
electronic games, more than 1,000 table game seats, and 1,400 luxury hotel rooms. It's always a good time at Windstar World Casino and Resort, the casino of the Dallas Cowboys. I often say that you can really judge a team not in a single game, but by a quarter of the season. There's 17 games, so not quite a quarter, but close enough, I suppose. 4 games into the season, Brad Sham. What do you know about this football team?
Well, they're better than we thought they were, and I think that we hoped that the defense would be improved, and I think the defense may be more improved than we thought. Now, keep in mind that they are, whatever it is they're doing now, they're doing it without DeMarcus Lawrence and Neville Gallimore, and the last 2 weeks without Keanu Neal. So the more good players you have, the better your team is. And so this was a pretty good team today. Now Carolina is they've got to fix their offensive line. That's what's keeping them from being a really, really good team.
Yeah.
And that's where the Cowboys were able to, on effort and some scheme, but I think mostly effort, were able to take advantage. And, Gregory's a good player. And he had 2 sacks. And, Basham's going to get you a few sacks every year. So they kept pressure on Darnold. They kept him, for the most part, uncomfortable. And so I think that we know, and especially over the last 2 weeks, Ari, I think that they are kind of showing us that the defense has a tremendous amount of competitiveness and will play. They will get up off the deck when you hit. We saw that in the first week, but that's 1 week. And then the offense is good. The offense is just good.
I was going to say Brad came on in the pregame and told us that they would rush for 245 yards today. He was adamant about that. He says, "Listen, they're not going to throw the ball much. This blitz thing is a little too hairy." I'm thinking, Brad Sham, that we're going to run this football today and have success.
I didn't know that you could say that they would run the ball and have success, because I do think that's a good defense.
What's good with
I did too.
Yeah.
Now, we knew that Prescott's one of the best throwing the ball against the blitz. I don't know. You tomorrow, when you break the tape down, will be able to look and see how he did against the blitz. I thought the blitz rendered him a little more ineffective.
First half, for sure.
Yeah. But he did throw. He did throw for 4 touchdowns.
He did.
On 14 completions.
On 14 passes.
On 14 completions. Now they had the one possession where Schultz tried to fumble the ball away twice and wouldn't let him. So they had 2 of those called back.
Huge break in the second one.
And Biotish, for the first time this year, rolled a snap back, and Prescott just picked it up and turned that into 21 yards. So, but those are things that good teams do.
Right.
Yeah. They overcome
Exactly
adversity. But when I look at the sheet, when you say, what did we learn about him? And people wondered, will McCarthy run the ball? And they especially wondered it after the first game. Well, they averaged 7 yards a carry, 7.2 a carry today, and they're playing well in the running game. If you can run, then you can throw when you want to throw and the way you want to throw. And by the way, Cooper was out for a while. In addition to Gallup being out. Did you see the spin move that Wilson put on the guy for the touchdown?
The blender.
See, now this is where I think the running game really helped you today, because if you would have not run the football or had success doing it, I think you wore Carolina down today.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have to constantly fight blocks when you want to get up the field and rush the passer, they took advantage of some guys on the edge that were a little bit lighter. And and I'm not saying Brad's right. I'm going to watch the right tackle, and I'm going to grade him on 70 plays tomorrow, and there's going to be some bad. But I'll tell you what, though, on the run that Zeke had, the long run that he had, the 49-yard run, 47 yards, whatever it was.
Right.
That was a good block off the right side. I've been critical of the tight ends blocking. I've been critical of the tackle and the running game blocking. And they got 2 really good blocks at that point to spring that. And when that's working, when those kind of things are hitting, you're going to be able to run the football.
And they're just so creative with Kellen Moore. We've seen them use Connor McGovern in such a fantastic way. He's essentially become a fullback and a tight end for them.
He's become a headache for linebackers.
Big time.
Yeah.
And they've just used him and Sprinkle, and then an additional tight. I don't know if they have a thing called 13 personnel, but But that's kind of what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going.
That's a
for tight ends.
heady. Yeah, that's heavy right there. Yeah.
There's such a thing. There's absolutely such a thing.
You just don't see it very often.
No, but they've done a good job. Look, managing these rosters is a little trickier than people understand.
Juggling chainsaws.
So you can activate a guy as a COVID replacement as many times as you want. Right. So they've been somewhat fortunate.
Right.
This sounds crazy. They've been somewhat fortunate that they have had multiple COVID replacements needed for every game because they didn't carry 3 tight ends when they got to 53.
Right.
McEwen was going to be the 3rd tight end.
He was.
But he's on injured reserve, so they carried 2. Now you've got COVID replacements, and so you've been able to have Sprinkle in every game.
Sprinkle
and you've
me,
been
baby.
able to have Hamilton in 3 of the 4 games, who
Big
I think
body
they
inside,
really needed
Pushing
him.
big body,
Hope they
can't
figure
stop
out a
him.
way to keep him up because they've been playing without Carlos Watkins. By the way, that's another one. I forgot about him.
Mm-hmm.
And Donovan Wilson. I forgot about him. So, you're talking about Lawrence, Wilson, Neal. You're talking about like 5 or 6 regular defensive contributors, and they have stood up to what the other team had to throw at you, and I think that's pretty good.
Brad, you've seen some pretty good quarterback play and pretty good offenses here historically for the Cowboys. I'm not going to ask you to compare, but what makes Dak Prescott different than the other guys you've seen play the position here?
Well, look, he's got 2 guys who have busts in Canton and live in the area and are very active and mobile. And I wrote this in a book a long time ago, a little chapter about being quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. There's some franchises where it's different. It's harder to be quarterback in San Francisco than it is in Indianapolis. It's harder to be the quarterback of the Denver Broncos than it is in Cincinnati. So when you line up at quarterback here, you've got 2 ghosts looking right over your shoulder, and you've got to play up to their standard to be accepted. So that is the starter.
Right.
And the thing that puts him in the position, in my opinion, Ari, to be able to be in the conversation is the intangibles. And I've said this many times, and I'll say it every time anyone gives me an opportunity. His career will tell us what kind of quarterback he is. When you talk about leader, character, competitiveness, role model, he is the equal of Staubach and Aikman, in my opinion, in those categories. Now, is he a quarterback? He's got to win. But when you have all of that and everybody believes in you, and now you add the ability that he's had, his accuracy, how many 100 percentage points better as accuracy as a rookie is he now?
It's night and day.
Yeah, it's a big thing. So it's
a real big thing.
Wait, I ask you, Johnny Unitas included in that Indianapolis Colts deal?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. He had a horseshoe on his helmet.
Yeah. No.
Manning, Unitas.
Manning. You have to live up to Manning.
Gotcha.
That's all.
I was thinking Jeff George along the way, too.
Yeah, you can think all you want. But
Jack Trudeau?
No.
Not Jack Trudeau?
Yeah. And in Cleveland, you don't have to live up to Otto Graham.
Oh, that's true. There you go.
But in Chicago, they're still trying to live up to Sid Luckman.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't get a Bears mention there when it talks about a standard for quarterback
Bobby
play
Douglas,
across
by the way.
franchises.
Not bad.
Well, there isn't one, and that's the point. It's hard to play quarterback
It is hard
in
to
this
play here.
town.
Yeah, it is.
That you can't go anywhere without someone having an opinion, regardless of how ridiculously wrong it might be, about the Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
Totally agree.
And so this guy has stood up to all of that, and he's still getting better.
Appreciate it, Brad. We'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Have a good week.
Brad Sham joining us here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Cowboys improved to 3-1. Fantastic game offensively and a lot to like defensively as well. Cowboys knock off the Panthers 36-28. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Hey, appreciate you for the donation there, man. Appreciate you, Michael Andrews. Thank you so much for your donation there to help elevate the nation. And shout out to everybody else that made the donations, too. We're going to read through those in a few. But at this time, I see some Carolina Panther fans in the house. I feel you. Shout out to Kellen Moore with the fire right there. Y'all see Kellen Moore. Yeah, y'all saw him there. And let's found him. I found him. Oh, my goodness. I found the dead. Oh, my goodness. The dead Panther. I see it right here. We caught him. It's a damn shame what they did to that Panther. Oh, my goodness.
Damn!
Panthers.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
It's sad, man. When it got, like, I heard a Panther fan say that, and Peter, please don't come after me. We love the animals. I love the animals and everything. But they capped that when he was trying to climb the tree. He was trying to get up out of the tree. He tried to get up out of the tree. They got him. Oh my goodness, they got him real bad. Oh my goodness. But when you facing this guy right here, ooh, that grin. He had something planned, But that ain't neither here nor there. But when I saw a Panther fan type in that they was hosed by the aficionados, it's sad for them to think that, because maybe you could say off of a series of a drive, but not when you put up 36 points. That's something that you would say, like, you would score like 31 to maybe 28 at that point. Hold on, 30 to maybe you say that if it was to score like 30 to, let's say, 29. Maybe you could say that then. But the Cowboys could have been up 40-14 at this point. So, hey, get that cat out of that tree. Oh, my goodness, man. Keep pounding, though. Somebody kept pounding. Somebody kept pounding. Oh, man, somebody kept pounding. Yep. So, if you want to blame the aficionados, man, we got a whole slew of games that you guys can go and survey. You guys can go watch a whole bunch of games that the Cowboys played, and the aficionados had all of their funny business into the mix. The aficionados just sitting there looking at it like, yeah, well, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. So it is what it is with you guys feeling. Hey, he said that's a cat, not a panther. He don't see how big that motherfucker is. Why don't you lean forward? Hold on.
Finish him.
Why don't you lean forward just a little bit? I know you're a little fragile, but this is going to hurt just a little bit.
No.
That's a panther, dog.
Fatality.
Go to your room. Don't be talking. I told you to take your shoes off before you come over here to Law's house. Get your butt up out of here. Come on now. He dead, homie. He ain't coming back. Your dog, your panther is dead, man. You should have got one of these. Should have got you a dog. Should have got you a dog. Real OGs keep dogs, not puppies. Excuse me. Real OGs keep dogs and not cats. So get over there with all of that, man. See, y'all.
You get nothing. You lose.
I told people to come over here. When you come over here to Law's house, take your shoes off, grab a seat. It's all comfortable over here, But as soon as you open up, talking noise, that's what you get. That what you get. That's just all that is. So tuck your tail and go home. Scram. Get out of here. This is Cowboys happy hour. This is Cowboys time right now. Cowboys time right now. Yeah, Wes, I got you. Y'all hit that lean forward button on that like right there. Yeah, do that for me. Yeah, hit me up with that one.
Do you realize the moment you can take over a game and do it, and that's what their offense is now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, we think we can beat you at the run, we can beat you at the pass, whatever you're going to give us. The openings, we're going to take them. I mean, Kelly's doing a good job of dialing it up, and guys are just communicating and executing it. But I mean, even tonight, we left some meat on the bone to say. I mean, we left some plays out there, and some. We want to finish that game with another touchdown on one of those last two drives. So I mean, that's just the expectation and the standard of this offense.
Amari played through a little bit today, hammy, and we'll just talk about the type of game he played for you, especially on that touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fighter, resilient. Just obviously that he had the double move there and didn't get the bite I wanted on the corner. But I mean, I saw Amari Cooper up the sideline one-on-one and said I'm gonna give him a chance. I felt like I missed him in the Chargers game, so I told him I owed him and wasn't gonna miss him there. And I mean, he went and made a great play. Him one-on-one with anybody, I'm gonna take that matchup. And as you said, to play through what he played through, just to do it, whether it was blocking or whether it was just getting open, that just shows the selfless play of him and just this team.
The quietest 4-touchdown game you ever had. I guess 180 yards pass. You had a couple of runs, but
yeah, I mean, I didn't realize I didn't even break 200. Dang. But yeah, I guess so. I mean, but that's kind of the strength of this offense, getting the ball in these guys' hands, and you see what they can do afterwards. And then what Kellen's dialing up. I mean, the play to said, we took advantage of something that we did in the first half to come back and use it against them, and then Spring set open for that touchdown. Dalton later. Yeah, I mean, just being able to mix it around and get it in different guys' hands, and all of these guys are greedy. They know the next guy's going to try to make a touchdown if they don't get theirs with their opportunity. So, as I said, that's the strength, and that's the plus of it.
How did it feel to run an open field? I mean, you had a couple of runs, 19 yards. How did it feel to be out there running?
Yeah, it felt good. I don't feel like I've moved that fast in a while. One of them I was trying to, should I get out of bounds? I think I can get some more. But, no, it was good. I mean, just doing whatever it takes to win. That's what presented itself on that play, and just had to go get it.
Showed you that ankle is fine, everything is
I mean, I told you guys long ago before the season started, I wasn't worried about that. Wasn't thinking about that. I told y'all that I may have felt like I was faster because of all the work and all the rehab and everything that I've put into it. So, yeah, I mean, it's just about being smart with taking the hits. But I mean, if the run's there, I'm gonna take it.
On your second long run, it looked like the snap exchange wasn't clean. How key is that to you,
Appreciate
not just
James,
to make
quick.
the big plays, but also to avoid the negative plays and create?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of me running. I just don't want negative plays. I mean, that's the part of playing this position is avoid the negative plays, live for the next one. And, yeah, at that point, the snap wasn't necessarily clean, but I was able to get it, still get my eyes up, checked 1 to 2, but didn't know if I had time to get to 3 or 4 and saw a lane and just took it. Yeah, and one got close to the first.
That was the play from the Chargers game that you mentioned with Amari. Was that the one that he pumped toward him on the left side? Does Amari joke about that, or joke about him?
I mean, I joked about it. That was just like a pure reaction in that game. I mean, went and made the corner jump, and that's just me going through repetition. I know it's zone, and I know I've got a guy over the ball, and I saw him open as I went to reset the safety and just threw it to Blake, and then went and looked back and like, dang, Amari won, and he was open. So, I mean, I told him then that I missed him, and so after we got it today, I mean, just went and told him, hey, now we're even, so we're good.
Is that vintage Zeke today?
100%. I mean, I feel like Zeke's been himself. It's just been about the defense presenting the opportunity for him to go and do that and establish himself. But for him just to go out there and have the big runs, have some of those long runs, and he said one of them, he's like, I got to trust my speed. I'm like, 100%. You could have run by that guy. Don't think you can't. You've got the speed. You've put in the work for it. But, yeah, it's just good to see him in the open field and him using his burst and yeah, excited for him and happy for him.
There was a stretch where like Zeke had to have around 100 yards in order to be successful offensively as a unit. You had a stretch where you had to throw for 350, 400. How nice is it now that neither one of you has to be in that position every game in and game out?
Yeah, it's special. That's what you're looking for when you want to be the best offense and when you want to be balanced is you're going to do whatever it takes to win. And ideally, as I told you before, you go into the game planning to do both, planning to have a game like this where you don't have to do one more than the other. But if you're required to do that, you're going to do that. And whether it's me throwing a lot or Zeke running a lot, we're going to take advantage and we're going to do whatever it takes to win and help this team out.
We don't get to see the team drills portions of your practice during the season. What has Trayvon Diggs been like during those portions? And has it looked like what we've seen on Sundays?
Yeah, that's awesome, right?
Him, let's go Cowboys. They loud.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's Diggs. I mean, some of these interceptions he's getting, I learned long ago in the spring not to try him on those routes and those plays. So when he gets interceptions, I almost laugh. Like, yeah, I understand. I go back to, I want to say last year training camp when he picked me off in back-to-back 2-minute drills, and I knew then that there's certain routes and certain concepts that you've got to know where he is, and you've got to know his position. And he's just a hell of a player, and he's going to continue to get interceptions just because of the way he studies, because of the way he goes about the game. He's an instinctive player. I mean, obviously he has hands. He's an old receiver, so he's disguising a lot of these guys, and then also just playing the best guy on the field. He's going to get the opportunity. So just proud of him.
Zeke and Gregory across the hall, they were talking about, a win is a win, but still need to close games out, and we let them off the hook. Is that kind of an overall message as everybody's pounding on the window over there?
Yeah, I mean, I think they would want us to finish that a little bit better. But a win's a win. At the end of the day, it's hard to win in this league, and you're gonna take a win however you can get it. But to talk about our expectations and our standards of this offense, this defense, and just the special teams and the team that we can be. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the defense is pissed. They allowed some of those late touchdowns, and I know we're upset that we didn't capitalize on a few of those touchdowns. So for it to be a noon game, they're ready to go, huh?
Yeah, they're ready. We ready.
Calm the crowd down. I don't want to calm them down. I like it. We missed this last year. What are you talking about, all right? Get going.
Let's go, baby. I wish I was down there. I need to go drive down at Arlington right now.
Y'all can ask questions in this.
Yeah, they gonna bust their glass. Y'all hear that?
It's gotta be great, right?
I mean, yeah, that's your example right there. That personifies it. Just how great it is, the intensity, the atmosphere they're creating. When it's third down, the energy that they're getting loud after our big plays on offense. Yeah. Like I said, after a year like last year, COVID, and people not being able to be here and enjoy this game, yeah, it's special. It's special to have them back. It's special for them to have that energy, and yeah, I'm thankful for it, and I think everybody should.
You said Monday was a statement win for y'all. What does it mean now that you're 3-1? Do you view this in any kind of bigger context of what you guys can be?
I mean, no, I mean, we're 3-1. I told you guys that earlier in the week in the media. I mean, we've got a long way to go. This is a long season, and our expectations and standards are to be the best. And whether we're 3-1 or whatever the record is, it's about the next game. So we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to enjoy today, but we're going to get in tomorrow early and get our workouts in and prepare for next week.
Dak Prescott on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, a very economical 14 of 22 for 188 and 4 touchdowns for Dak Prescott, added 4 carries for 35 yards. And, I mean, he stands out in a certain way, Broadus. I mean, made a ridiculous throw, a touchdown throw to Amari Cooper on a dime. But certainly he doesn't stand out more so than many other standouts across the offense in this football game.
No, and it was I thought there was going to be a time, at least when they started running the ball early, I was wondering if they were just going to stick with it and make it work. But, you know, for him to only throw the ball 22 times, you kind of keep him out of harm's way. If you've got a team that does a good job with pressure packages and things like that, and like to hit the quarterback and get sacks and all that, good for Dak Prescott to get through a game. There was a couple times he had to make some long runs. You could tell he was like, okay, I can make. Oh no, I need to get out of bounds. So
right.
That's there's going to be a time where Dak Prescott is going to once again get back into that game where he's going to run over somebody.
Do you notice
a
difference?
I don't want that Dak.
It does seem like
he's
a little more conscientious.
You feel his ability to go, then leave. But there is going to be a game, trust me, where Dak Prescott is going to score a touchdown where he runs over a defensive back or a linebacker or one of those types
and get out of bounds.
A go-ahead touchdown, key play.
NFC title? That'd be nice.
That would be really nice,
that'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. That's the number to call or text to get on the postgame show as the Cowboys improved to 3-1 after they beat the Panthers 36-28. Postgame show.
Yeah. Oh, we got some updated news for the Carolina Panthers. For the one fan that said that wasn't a Panther, they actually moved the Panthers. Oh, they actually moved that one Panther. Oh, they moved them. Oh, my goodness. They got them. They got to move to the other side right now. So, oh, my goodness. Can we all put our hands together and pray for this Panther. We don't want all of these people standing around this Panther and not be able, you know what I'm saying, to worry we got something bad to happen for them, unfortunately. And they said they thought that it was a cat.
Shame.
Let me see RIP to the Carolina Panthers in the chat. RIP. We hope that Peter don't come after me for this. But Law literally love the Cats. We do. But RIP, man. Oh, my goodness. Moment of silence once again. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. He stopped pounding. Hey, he was pounding, and then all of a sudden, his heart was just pounding. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Fatality.
And they were the number one defense. Number one defense. Were they number 2 defense? Were they number 3 defense? Were they number 4 defense? Were they number 5 defense? Were they number 6 defense? Somebody put down that Panther.
He needs some milk.
Oh, my goodness. Come on now. All out of 9 lives. Boy, they did, didn't they? Oh, my goodness, they had some 9 lives over there. Shout out to them. The moment they continue to, I'm going to sick this guy on him. This is a nightmare right here. He put some type of demon voodoo magic on them, huh? Yeah. And shout out to them. We may see them again. Always a lady. Appreciate you. RIP to the Carolina. Number 1 rush defense. Because all we seen is from Ezekiel Elliott. Let's look at this. Ezekiel Elliott, 20 carries for 143 yards. Tony Pollard, by the way, 10 rushes for 67 yards. Oh, he averaged 6.7 yards per. And on top of that, Ezekiel Elliott averaged 7.2 yards per. Against that number one rushing defense in the National Football League. And Dak Prescott was like, let me get some too. 4 rushes, shout out to the number 4, for 35 yards. A total of 245 yards. These boys were running.
It's around.
These boys were, who running? And there goes to show you that, hey, pick your poison. Go back to my pregame show. Go to my previous game show that we did in the live feed or what have you, and check out what I said. Matter of fact, I'm gonna upload. I went on the game day show. I did my 6 keys to victory or 6-pack to victory, and I went down this particular list. Every word that I echoed, the Cowboys did just that. 21 for 21. Gregory, appreciate you so much. Thank you for the donation to help elevate the nation here. Thank you so much for your support.
And be better.
Thank you for your support. So if you say, okay, we want, let's see. Let me pick on how we want to, let me pick on how we want to lay this thing out. Let's lay it out. Do you want to get hit by a train? Or do you want to get climbed and get knocked down out of a tree? You pick your poison. You pick it, that's just what it is, and then afterwards, just to chill and relax, you can
smoke weed every day.
You can just go ahead and roll you one, because that's the only thing that can probably calm you down. And on top of that, Cowboy Nation, this is the last game out of the first quarter. So now, midway through October, we should be ironing out some of these issues that we have with this team. especially as it relates to time management and the flow. I believe that his defense is going to get even better. I believe that I think that they figured it out toward the latter part of the game, how they really going to pursue with Parsons. I figured that they kind of looked at it and said, okay, we're going to do it this way. Yeah. And Diggs, he's studying all your route releases. If you think I'm lying, ask his brother, Stephon Diggs. I don't think that anybody on the Panthers team run routes like Stephon Diggs. If anybody come close, it's DJ. And I'm quite sure that Diggs sitting there saying, okay, I'm going to get him when he come back on that breaking route. Okay, I got him. Yeah.
Because you deserve it. Returning your living.
They're still on commercial break. Yeah, they benched Jalen. Oh, they did? Let me take a look at this. I don't think that they did, but if they did, then who was our leading tackler? All right, so Anthony Brown was our leading tackler. Kurz, Van Der Esch, Golston, Diggs, Parsons, KZ, Lewis, Hooker, Gregory. Jalen, where you at? Jalen had to get hurt, man. Come on. One tackle? Maybe they did, man. When I go back, 'cause I got to watch this game a little bit more, because when you're doing the play-by-play, you really don't look at the numbers per se like that as much, but you can see some of the flashes. If anybody made any, you will see that part of it. So maybe this just wasn't a good game for him. Maybe that was the situation and scenario. Maybe that was the situation. Maybe that's what happened.
Plus, with America.
A long commercial over there. I can't wait for them to get back. I hope they do an interview on Parsons or Osa so we can hear their inputs. But let's give a round of applause to Ghost. Shout out to you, Ashley! Ashley, appreciate you. We got shutdown corner number 7. Diggs is a beast. A complete game today. Well, hold up. We them boys. Hey, is it Jubo? Micah played more linebacker today, so Jalen got less snaps. Yeah, that's good. That's a good observation. I can't wait till I go down and look at PFF and see all what happened with Jalen and his skill set and what happened out there on the field. And then that dude makes a valid point there. If he played more at the linebacker role, then you get less snaps. Case in point, if you look at the Tampa Bay game, he only had 15 snaps or something like that. So we'll see, man. Smith is better in the second string. Okay, I feel you there. Michael Helton, what's good? Where are all the people that wanted to cut/trade Zeke? As long as the line is healthy, he can do the rest. This is Hilton. I got something to say on that one, but let's listen to them.
33 through 3 quarters on the best defense in the NFL. Finish with 36 and knock off the Panthers 36-28. Geico, great news. There's a quick way you could save money. Switch to Geico. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more on car insurance. Cowboys were up by 3 touchdowns. Trayvon Diggs had 2 interceptions, and then he was taken out of the game. We heard from Christy Scales during the Cowboys broadcast that is being referred to as player management, but head coach Mike McCarthy provided a little bit more substance and context to it after the game. Here's Mike McCarthy.
He could have returned, I think Rich said, he could have returned in the game, if needed to. So I know, it's something that I think he got a cleat on it because I talked to him at halftime, so it was bothering him at halftime.
In this situation is back.
Right.
What they're referring to as back tightness. He said he took a cleat or something to the back. But that was something bothered him at halftime. He only came out in the second half, had 2 picks. So ultra cautious with a 3-touchdown lead with a guy that's nursing a tight back.
Don't allow to kick it to me.
But you could certainly understand from the vantage point of Cowboys fans and Cowboys media watching this unfold.
Ooh.
All right, this is a guy that's been a shutdown corner so far this year, has 5 picks through 4 games now. Why isn't he on the field? Especially when you give up that first touchdown. Now it's just a 2-touchdown game, and now you're starting to get some, a little bit too much time left on the clock.
Yeah, that's the thing. Christy down there doing a great job as always getting the information and stuff. But, if we'd learned right then and there that it was some back tightness and stuff like that, we said, oh, okay, now.
A lot more justifiable.
Yeah, but, you're thinking that because the Cowboys are up, with a big margin in the game that they're going to take him out and rest him. If that was the case, and then all of a sudden, Carolina comes storming back, throwing the ball down the field and making plays, and you're wondering where your best defender is. So that to me, was a little bit of a scary moment there. But the fact that Mike said that he could have come back, but that they were able to manage it where he doesn't, and we'll see this week. This will be a normal week for them. Now we have a 325 game next week, so they'll be able to have all the practices and stuff like that they want. After coming off that Monday night game and stuff like that, they've had
Yes,
a
right,
Thursday night
Stelios.
game, a Monday night game, and so now you have a little bit of more of a normal schedule, and hopefully he'll get the rest and treatment that he needs. Britt Brown, Jim Maurer, those trainers, they do an incredible job with these players and getting them ready for these games.
Broadus, I always think, you see things in individual games and they just happen, but over the course of multiple games, a quarter, 4 games, you get a pretty good sense of trends. Anything can happen in a 1-game situation in football, but in 4 games you've got trends, and it used to be a 16-game season, and so it's a lot easier to call it the quarter of the season when you get 4 games in. This is less than a quarter, but close to it. 4 games into a 17-game season. But what do we know about this team now, 4 games in here?
Well, to me, you've learned about this team in a way that we were all focused on the defense. We were focused because the feeling was, maybe initially people were worried about Dak Prescott, and then all of a sudden we're in Oxnard and there gets to be the tightness in the lot, and he doesn't get to practice, and now we're all jumping up and down and screaming like, how is this going to work? How is Dak going to be here? The injury that he had was one where he was in the spring, in the summer, he was throwing every single day. Once they gave him the clearance to do that, so if you worry about him being ready, he was ready out in what Jeff Kavanaugh likes to call the Dak yard, that field at his house, where he's getting people over there and they're throwing the ball around and stuff like that. So he was ready in that way. But, we were just going to be worried about the conditioning and stuff like that, and the time on task with the other receivers and stuff like that. But, he came out in the Tampa game and we're all like, oh, okay, well, I guess we don't need to worry about, that anymore. But, it's what we've learned is that they can overcome, even the offense is good enough to overcome Michael Gallup being out, Lyle Collins being out, some problems at left guard, some problems at center. As long as Zach Martin's out there and Tyron Smith's out there, and Ezekiel Elliott, he did everything he could to get in the best shape he could. That week 1 he was a glorified blocker, blitz pickup guy, whatever he had to do. But the last 3 weeks, he's been outstanding carrying the football. Him, Tony Pollard, the backs together. We've learned that. Again, I'm talking a lot about the offense, which you kind of knew, but defensively, how are some of these young guys going to play? How are they going to cover on the back end? My gosh, they went down to the dollar store and got all their safeties, and it's really coming together. And I think a lot of it from when we were out in Oxnard again, watching Dan Quinn. I remember Tom Dimitroff, the former general manager in Atlanta, and he goes, Brian, you're going to love the guys that came. You're going to love Dan Quinn. You're going to love Joe Witt. You're going to love, Aiden. You're going to love all these guys. These guys are coached. They coach well. The players respect them. They get after it. They make their players accountable. That's what we've seen from this football team. We've got a bunch of guys on defense that are really accountable for each other. Do they give up a lot of yards? Yeah. Do they get turnovers? Absolutely they do. So if you're going to give up yards, you've got to find a way to kind of combat that, and they have by going out, and a second-year corner is traveling with your best player, and he's going all over the place, and he's got 5 interceptions already. And that sometimes there's going to be a point in time where they're going to say, listen, we need to get our best receiver away from him. Teams are going to have to start game planning for him, much like they do the better corners in the league.
I would say one of the things that we talked about forever here was we'd like to have a franchise and a team that doesn't just show up and say, we're going to do what we do and beat you by doing it. We're going to out-execute you. And then when you lose football games, you say, well, we didn't execute. If we only execute those plays better, we're in a better situation. This is what modern football is about. It's about watching film on a week-to-week basis, understanding what the opponent does well and doesn't do well, and then attacking those weaknesses and deficiencies on offense and defense. That's what this team is doing. Week in and week out, they're installing new game plans on offense, new wrinkles, new components, and they are...
Hey, I want to give a shout-out to Mr. Clean for your comment. Panthers all day. Shout out to him. And he says a good game by the Cowboys, and he says keep pounding. We're going to keep pounding for sure. And I remember your name because you was talking some doors, you're talking some good stuff, and you're a good sport. I love when a person say, you know what, good game, congratulations, your team won, and you still show your support. So that's, to me, you coming over the house, you like the neighborhood, you took your shoes off, you know what I'm saying, before you came into my house. You dust your feet off, you walk down, and you walk to the living room. You sat down on the couch. I had somebody to bring you a drink, got you some food. You ate and watched the game, and you kept it clean, Mr. Clean. So we really appreciate you, man. That means a lot, man. It really means a lot. So let's give a round of applause to Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean. That boy good.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
So, with that being said, with Mr. Clean, with all the respect, and you in our house, and you said keep pounding, I'm going to let the people decide. I ain't gonna let the people say. I ain't gonna do you like that, Mr. Clay. I ain't gonna let the people say. Because I already know the people are going to say, lean forward just a little bit still. I ain't gonna do you like that. But yeah. I give you a glass.
He needs some milk.
But all due respect. Okay. Yeah. They want, okay. We did find, we found him. We found him. He got out of the cage. He got hit by the tree, and they drug him. They drug him all the way to the tracks. So a moment of silence to Mr. Clean and his beautiful Black Panther. Moment of silence. I can hear him right now. Man, he's still moving around. Go ahead and do it. They went on ahead and,
Said, no, this isn't 1989. This is 2021, and you need to not do that.
All right, 877-881-1053. You can call or text that number to get on the postgame show, 877-881-1053. Let's talk with Tim. Go ahead, Tim. You're on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Hey, guys. I appreciate you taking the call. Brian, love you guys. Tolo on G-Bag Nation.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
My question is, basically, in the fourth quarter, we really could have used a fullback to help grind out Zeke, more. Kind of like what Darryl did for Emmett many times in the 90s. And my question is, why aren't we trying to use a fullback that can help Tony and Zeke grind out the game?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and I'll give you my best answer. And I've talked to people about this. Zeke doesn't like having a fullback in front of him because what happens is fullbacks create indecision. If you have a fullback, the great thing about Emmett and Moose is they were as one. It was like a string between them. Like Smith knew exactly where Moose was going to put his head on a block. He knew how the hole was going to open up. He knew if he was going to kick a guy in or out. Zeke doesn't want to be – he doesn't want any hesitation. Him, Pollard, they want to be able to see the hole, attack the hole. And if you get a fullback that goes in there and stops in the hole and then turns, that only gives the back one read. It's like, okay, you turn in a hole, the back has to go the way that you've turned, the opposite way you've turned in the hole. So for those guys that are so used to having there being just one-back runners, it's hard to say put a fullback in there. They're trying to do it, though, with I
was going to say they have a fullback.
With McGovern.
Connor McGovern.
But they're using him as what they call that H, which is that
H-back,
move guy, or they just put him offset and just let him attack. And, as long as you don't put there in front, and long as there's not hesitation, you can get away with that.
It's been effective, though. Certainly this week and last week, it has really keyed their running game. And aside from week one, this Dallas Cowboys rushing attack has been as good it's been in a long time with both Zeke and Tony Pollard.
Yeah, how many times Dak threw the ball, 58 times in the first game. I think he's thrown little more than maybe, or the same amount through 3 games, if you look at the number of passes he's thrown. So that just tells you how effective that the running game has been for the Cowboys.
37 throws against the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then he had 22 this week.
Yeah.
And then against the Eagles, he had 26. So, I mean, it's clearly the game plan week one has been different than it was week 2. It's been different than it was week 3. It's been different than it was week 4, and it's something you love to see. With Brian Broaddus, I am Ari Temkin. This is the Dallas Cowboys postgame show. Cowboys 3-1. They improved to 3-1, winning their 3rd consecutive after starting the season 0-1. And we're taking your phone calls, your texts, your tweets at 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Still to come, we'll hear from Randy Gregory, Micah Parsons, Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott, and you at 877.
I'm ready to hear from Randy Gregory. But if your fullback, look, if your fullback is hesitant and coming off of his block assignment, then he ain't no fullback. Fullback, get up, sniff out the linebacker, make him your baby. Get off, pull to the edge, see a defender, make him your baby. You don't pass off, you run flat over him, you get in the way. But I don't know, man. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with Brian Broaddus on that one? Whereas you do the actual, and it could be coming straight from the camp there, but that's one back situations. Look, fullback, man, shoot. I don't know. I like when Emmett ran the ball, and I'm quite sure. So let me see here. I'm trying to see how this is all said and done. So you mean to say you don't want? You do like it's like if Moose Johnson played for Barry, like under Barry Sanders, like he was the fullback for Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was like, nah, I don't need you, dog. No. I make my own. It's kind of like that, and even though Barry Sanders is a hell of a runner, but I don't know too many people will sit there and say, nah, dog, no, don't peel the way for me, But, Ezekiel Elliott looked explosive on one of those runs when that fullback got in down there and just moved some stuff out of the way when they move the offensive lineman out of the way. But hesitancy, one read backs, shifty backs, and what have you, it's still a situation and scenario that when you running behind that fullback, look, I can only tell you from a defensive guy perspective. I'm trying to get to the running back. If it's a doggone fullback in a way, I'm trying to figure out ways to get around him. I'm not trying to shoot through him, which I'm supposed to do, but you get tired after a while of doing that. But it's understandable if you are the running back, I guess, and you say, well, no, give me that opportunity to shake and move from him, But I don't know. But if you can give me this performance, let me go to this performance right here. Cowboys, 20 carries for 143 yards, 70 yards per carry, and 10 for 67 yards, 6.7 yards per carry. I would take that any day, especially against the number one defense in the National Football League. I'll take that. I'll flat out take that. But if you guys look at some of those explosive plays, you would see that they had the lead blocker in there. Somebody pulled, somebody got in the way. And that hole was like, whew.
Is the official.
They're still on commercial break, but yeah, it's just crazy altogether. Hey, there's no guaranteed victories, but I can tell you, we're going to enjoy this win for 24 hours, and then we're going to go into the detailings. Then we're going to go into the detailings of the Giants game, which is another divisional game that we got to really stay firm and stay strong. 245 yards rushing collectively. Yeah, that is a lot. Shout out to the Lunatic. Appreciate you. That number 7 looks real special. Yeah, I mean, Diggs is a monster. He is absolutely a monster. Yeah. Yeah, let me see some of that. Yeah, I mean, fullback, yeah, Jimmy said the right thing. Fullback takes the linebacker, and if you can't get him, he creams that safety. And that safety be like, oh, Lord. I don't want to see this fullback coming off, running off at that edge there. That fullback, man. El says, is Diggs hurt? I doubt if it's Diggs hurt. If anything, Trayvon Diggs, 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, two pass breakdowns. Give me that Diggs all day, every day. And I don't think that he was hurt. I just think that the coaching staff is circumventing something so they won't look like they ate the egg or egg hit them on the face. My thing is, you play it all the way through. Let me repeat, you play that thing all the way through.
Show is brought to you by Papa.
All right. Home game versus the Giants is right.
We can sit here and.
Yep.
Or
put it like this: there'll always be some type of injury. Case in point, last game, did y'all see Parsons holding his whole side like, oh my spleen, oh my God, I can't move. I should equal Pookie. Ray, somebody help me. He stood out for a few plays. They rushed his butt back out there, So I didn't see any swarmness around Diggs on the edge there.
I'm good,
But good for this defense?
My expectations were I wasn't sure.
Right.
I wasn't sure where they were going to get pressure. And then they lose Tank to a broken foot. Randy gets COVID. I wasn't sure. And all of a sudden, a kid who just, you draft and you're like, well, let's try him at defensive end. This might work. And you're like, what? Well, when have we seen him play in? Well, he played in high school. And all of a
Certainly
sudden
that'll work here.
And all of a sudden, he's rushing the passer in the middle of the pocket. The center can't.
I'll be right back, Cowboy Nation. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Can't block him. Now Randy, he's pushing the middle, the outside, and you're thinking, man, okay, wait, he's over the center. Okay, now he's got his hand down over the right tackle. Okay, now he's over the left tackle. Okay, now he's standing up in the middle, and you're thinking, this kid's amazing. And what it's done, it's freed up Dan Quinn to take advantage of some other things. He's that they always know the Swiss Army knife. Okay, but in actuality, yeah, when you say, okay, we want to create this package, put him over here. We want to create this package. Okay, put him over here. It's given Dan Quinn and this defense some flexibility to create opportunity. And I didn't know how that was going to happen. I really, really didn't know. I'd throw a bunch of dirt I do 5 hours of radio every day. Threw a bunch of dirt on Anthony Brown. Came out here today and played his rear off.
Yeah, he did.
I wish he'd have got that other interception, but there's been times where, a Dalton Schultz, guys you get critical of, and they go out there and they make plays for you. And I think that's the thing defensively about the Cowboys is that Parsons has been that one piece that allows other people, when you pair him with somebody else, it tends to work out pretty well. And that's what they're doing.
And, you said before the season started you thought he'd be the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I did.
At one point you said you thought he was the best player on this team.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, best player on the defense.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and Diggs, when, and we have, again, these discussions on our show each week. We like to team build on the G-Bag Nation. And so we talk about, okay, well, who's the one player you can't live without? Who's the one player that's making the most difference? Who's the one, and Diggs, when you can walk him, whoever the best receiver is, and try and take that guy out, and he's done it. He had a little battle today, but look at the games he's had so far this season of carrying receivers out of the game.
Mike Evans and Keenan Allen. And even the Heisman Trophy winner and Smith last week.
Yeah.
And now, DJ Moore. That's
he's
a really good grouping of receivers.
Second year guy, you're lining him up and you're saying just sick him, go get him, the kind of a thing. And that's that. I think that's the part about it that's been really the most enjoyable for me for 4 games is that these guys have come. They've bought into what Dan Quinn has tried to preach. And like my guy Tom Dimitrov told me, he goes, Brian, you're going to love this guy. He teaches. And the players see that. And, last year, was it all defensive coordinator? No. There were some guys that just didn't flat play. I could say today, where last week a little bit of, I thought that Smith, did pretty good at linebacker. I didn't think the linebackers were particularly great today. Leighton Vander Esch and Smith, I didn't think they were particularly great. But, man, the pressure that you got, but something clicked in the second half where they just didn't let Sam Darnold run the football or really get anything going.
Micah Parsons in this one, another fantastic performance by the Cowboys rookie, do everything. 4 tackles, a sack, also had another quarterback hit, and there's a lot of ways he affected this game without even statistical evidence of it.
Yeah, going into this game, Von Miller had 6 quarterback hits, and so did Micah Parsons. So just kind of think about when you start talking about pass rushers, well, wait a minute. Our linebacker, but Von Miller's listed as a linebacker.
A little bit different.
But our stand-up off-ball linebacker has just as many quarterback hits as. Now, I don't know what happened to Von Miller today. Heck, Von Miller might have had a bunch of sacks or something like that. But when you start talking about pressure, somebody had a vision on that defensive side of the ball. The scouts, the coaches, they had a vision for what this guy could be as a player, and they're taking full advantage of that. And that's the thing that's kind of carrying them right now through at least 4 weeks.
Here is Micah Parsons visiting with the media after the 36-28 Cowboys victory.
Micah, your thoughts on how you defensively you guys played to get like 5 sacks today? It seems that everyone was just going after Donald a lot today.
All week dialed up the pressure, obviously moving guys around a lot. I don't think they was used to seeing certain guys in certain situations, which we was able to draw attention in other places and other guys come free. So sometimes, it might not be your day, but it might be other days which still helps the team out.
It seemed like the most that you've moved between off-ball and edge since DeMarcus got hurt. Just how much fun was that, having a more versatile role?
Extremely fun. This is the type of things we talk about. Just keep being versatile, keep moving around, keep the offense guessing, keep having them have to worry at where I'm at, just trying to be disruptive all throughout the game. So we're going to keep working and keep getting better.
What do you think about your boy Diggs? Looks like he's getting like 2 picks a night, it seems.
Yeah, man, Diggs is balling, bro. But you got to remember, we talked about this in the preseason, a guy that comes in every day, competes. You seen on Hard Knocks, this guy challenging Coop, you're not going to catch a ball, wants to be on the best receiver, wants to compete with these guys. And, it's just showing up on Sundays now. It's something that I expect from Diggs at this point. I was like, 7, I know you're going to get one. It's just a matter of when you're going to get one.
Micah, talking to one of the Cowboys Hall of Famers this week, he says, you have a special something when it's 11 guys on the field, but they all function as one thing. Can you see that starting to happen with this team?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with trust. I mean,
big trust.
And, you know, that comes in during training camp when we starting to see we going against the same offense that y'all seeing every week, dominating, going up the field, rushing, passing. We're like, man, we way better. We got these pieces. And we was like, man, if we just communicate, if we just work hard, we're going to be a great defense. And I think every week we just keep getting better, keep trusting each other, knowing when to lock in, knowing when to get silly. Like this, like we all hang out now after practice and stuff. You know what I mean? This type of team and bond that we building here. So, I mean, we could say that the team chemistry is real high right now.
There's Micah Parsons, an absolute stud for the Cowboys 4 games into his career. And you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but in this game in particular, Cowboys found a weakness in that offensive front in the middle. And, I mean, he just kept attacking the interior as a stand-up rusher.
Yeah, look, the first sack that Randy Gregory had was on a twist stunt that came through the middle of that middle of that offense. So, you know, tip of the cap, and you know, I think it's fun to hear Parsons talk like that, and the fact that you hang out together and do things, because you know there are times when it always hasn't been the case. I'm not talking about here, but you know, you don't have to like who you play with, but you have to be able to play hard with that guy and respect that guy enough to do your job so the team has success. And if they continue to bond as a group, and you know, and he clearly, as a young guy, you know, everybody's looking up to him. The veteran guys look up to him, and they're creating defensive packages, like I said, around him in order to, you know, to take advantage of his skill, but also allow others to have some success.
877-881-1053. You can call or text that number to get into the post-game show. That's 877-881-1053. Let's talk with Brent. Go ahead, Brent. You're on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Brent Urban, baby.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. I was actually at the game, and, man, the atmosphere was amazing. Fans were going nuts. I was up in the nosebleeds, and the energy up there was amazing. My biggest gripe right now, though, is clock management. 7 or 8 minutes left in the game. We're up by 3 touchdowns, and there's still 10 to 12 seconds left on the play clock, and we're snapping the ball when the Panthers didn't have any timeouts. How soon before that starts to come back and bite us in the butt down the road?
Yeah, that's good. That's, you know, the game management stuff is, you know, that's on the coaching staff as well. I need to be honest with you, I need to pay better attention to when that ball was getting snapped. You know, once they were able to run the ball, I mean, they ran the ball well all day, and I kind of felt like that, you know, they get the ball back. Even when it was an 8-point game, I think the first carry was like an 8-yard run or something like that, or Zeke had a 10-yard run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Carolina is not going to win this game. They've got to get a stop now, and they just ran the ball for 10 yards. You know, so I need to pay better attention. I think that's something that we need to ask. You know, we need to ask Mike McCarthy that this week. We have him on all our shows, and you know, maybe Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, something like that can kind of, or you know, the coordinators are on too. That would be a very, very good question for, you know, if you want to get to the bottom of that.
And look, I mean, I think clock management, decision making down the stretch is still questionable, but I mean, Broadus, how much credit are you giving Mike McCarthy here for this 3-1 start and the way this football team?
Oh no, I'm going to give him credit. I'm absolutely going to give him credit, and you know, I'm going to give him credit, you know, because he is the head coach. But I do believe that his 2 coordinators are outstanding. You know, I think Dan Quinn has the belief of the defense. I think Kellen Moore, when he calls a play, everybody's excited about the play in the huddle. You know, the executions of the plays and stuff. You know, Mike manages that stuff. I'm very, very critical of Mike, but do I worry about something in a game where he doesn't handle it absolutely right? Yeah, I do. But for the most part, it's hard to be critical of a guy that's, you know, it's 3-1 right now. You know, they're winning games. They're winning convincingly the way, you know, the last couple of them. I mean, the offense is doing a great job. Defense, who we had really no clue, is playing very well.
And it's nice to have faith and confidence in an organization that you haven't had, where we've talked about this before, but like we're used to second guessing this team and being right, which is a problem. You know, you want to second guess this team, but have them be right. And we've seen that a lot more this year than we've seen in the past.
Well, yeah, and you know, it's funny because Jerry Jones came on 105.3 The Fan and was saying, you know, that he was asked about clock management stuff, and he goes, well, I see it around the league every day, and he's not wrong. think about Carolina today had all 3 of their timeouts basically burned by 12 minutes left in the fourth.
Right.
They were done. And so any opportunity that they really had to win that football game, or at least to stop the clock, if the Cowboys could have got a couple of first downs, and they were able to do that, they were able to kill it. But yeah, you see it every day in the league. There's some of these really good coaches struggle with their man. Now, again, the problems I have with Mike McCarthy are allowing a Bones Fossil to go try and block a punt when I know Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind against the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Or when you kick a field goal on 4th and 3 when you're playing Tom Brady.
Right.
Those are the things that, as management of the game, I think coaches have to almost think outside the box. They have to know, hey, we're playing Drew Brees today. We're playing Tom Brady today.
We're a touchdown plus underdog on the road here.
We're not. Yeah, we're playing. He needs to think about the game against Mahomes in Kansas City here coming up. He needs to think about the game differently when he goes to New England here in a couple weeks against Bill Belichick. You need to call games differently and be in tune and give your team the opportunity to win because of a decision that you were able to make.
877-881-1053. You can call or text that number, 877-881-1053. You can tweet us at 1053 The Fan, at Brian Broaddus, at RE Sports, ARI Sports. You can always join us as well at twitch.tv/Dallas Fan Cam. The postgame show rolls along. We'll still hear from Mari Cooper, Zeke Elliott, Randy Gregory, all on the way, plus your phone calls. And
so they finna go into commercial break. So yeah, I gotta wait around for that, man. Gotta wait around for that. Give me a few seconds right here, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Help the nation out and get things going in the right and proper way. Yeah. So as the game went through, we saw some grave improvements as relates to like the offense, and I believe balanced attack. I've been telling people that the theme of this year is balance of power. We have to establish that and keep that going. Mixed in some passing plays, mixed in some running plays. And if what you're doing with the ball is running the ball and you're averaging, dare I say, 7 yards per carry, run it. That's what you got to do. Run it. Balance of power. Use the power that you got the right way. Shout out to you, Paul, Trayvon, Pickpocket, Diggs. Yeah. At this time, if you're new to this channel, you might not know, but what we like to do here is open up the phone line so you can spit your mind. So I'm looking for my phone number here so I can post it at the top so that you guys can call in. We'll still tune in to the radio station to hear what they have to say, but the phone line for your mind is right there at the top of the screen. 657-390-7391. We're going to have to do it in this fashion. I can't give you guys all the time to speak, but just get to your point. Let me know who the players that shine for you, and just spit your mind. That's the phone line right there. I put it down there. Let me see. There we go. Put it like that. Give me 1 second while let me pen it right quick. Pen it right here.
Fantastic.
Still on commercial break. Give me 1 second. Let me pan this one. Pan it right here. We got some people in the house. Shout out to you all. I got DMV George. You're live.
Yo, what's going on?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me.
Excited to see a good blowout win.
Right.
I'm proud of our offense right there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we stalled out a few drives in the second quarter, but we came on the third. We really showed how explosive we are. I just want to mention the point you were referencing earlier about Zeke and the fullback thing.
Right.
I think when Zeke came into the league, the best running back in the league was Le'Veon Bell. And I think Zeke modeled and really took Le'Veon Bell's patience game to a different level. And you really can't be that patient and find your you can't really run that much of a zone scheme with a fullback in there. It's more of a power scheme, and in order to use his running style, which is more of a zone scheme, you will have to take the fullback out most of the time.
I mean, your assessment on that, Le'Veon and Ezekiel, they are two different type of running backs. They don't even run the same. Le'Veon have this at that time had that weird stop and just really go. Ezekiel Elliott was a really good north and south hop over you. I don't need for the blocks to set up quite frankly because he can get to that edge so quickly. But I feel what you're saying. But that doesn't excuse.
Now,
say again.
Now it is all that hopping around behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, now
I don't like it that much.
Yeah, now he runs kind of. Yeah, you can make the argument. Yeah, now he do run a little bit like Le'Veon Bell, but I think he got a little bit more burst. I think he see the hole, he hits it a little bit quicker than Le'Veon Bell. I mean, not Le'Veon Bell. What's his name? Le'Veon Bell, right? Yeah. Le'Veon Bell. I think he hits it a whole lot quicker. But I agree with that part of it. I thought you were talking about his rookie year. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
you're talking about his present day.
Relating it to now because, Zeke has become one of the most patient running backs in the game. You see running backs like Nick Chubb that use their offense is based around the fullback when they run their counter scheme. Their fullback is a major part in that because if they don't have a fullback back there, the counter is going to get blown up because it takes a long time to develop.
No doubt. Appreciate you, man. Good call from you. Good call from you. Good call from DMV, man. All right, so we got the 619. You live.
Hey, what's up, man? I want your opinion on resting Trayvon Diggs in the second half, man, especially when these guys are fighting to get back into the game.
You play to win the game. You play all 60 minutes, not 39 minutes, not 58, not 57 minutes.
Exactly.
You play it all the way through. It could have been trouble. Maybe a bounce of the ball went the wrong way. Maybe an offside kick. Who knows? Momentum is something that you really want to harness that. But I just didn't like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my thing of it, Wiz, is that a couple of big plays, they're back in the game. They're going over to AB's side, and, he has the opportunity to make an interception. He doesn't grab that. A couple plays later, although Donald overthrows him, the receiver gets behind Brown, could have made a big play there. And then, it's just one thing after another. So why do you put your number one gunner, your number one corner, and let him quote unquote rest on the sidelines when you need to have that very guy in there who's hot? That's like ice in a pair of hot dice, man. You don't put the dice down when you're rolling sevens in Vegas, man. You keep them in your hand and you roll with it.
Keep it rolling, man. I'm not gonna hose them for doing it because we won the game. It's harder to coach, believe it or not, after a win. But somehow they got to pull.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, somehow they're gonna have to pull from that and expound on that this week because it's a divisional game and you got to be really, really mindful of that. I just saw the Giants; they came back and won or what have you. It was a tight game.
Exactly. Exactly. So again, that's kind of my thing, man. I'll take the W any day. Hey, man, it was good talking to you. Hey, I met you in San Diego and El Cajon. I don't know if you remember.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, and like I say, we pushing for this Cowboy Nation to keep it going, man.
Most certainly. Is this Officer Larkin?
Oh yeah, it's me, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you so much, man. I kind of remember your voice now. I said, yeah, Officer, man, I really appreciate you so much, man. Hey, I was telling people the story, man, and you surprised me, man. You surprised me when that happened, man. You got out of the car, you said, Law Nation. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe that I'm way in California. Somebody recognized me.
Hey, man, we got love for you on the West Coast. My boy told me, man, he says, hey, man, that was just on point. He said, hey, I guess you guys had a little bit of a conversation before I got there. Mm-hmm. And, there's one of the things, man, I normally don't show up when somebody already is on the scene taking care of business. I kind of go out and finish up other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But some just told me to roll over there, man. I'm glad I did. Hey, got mad respect for you. Keep it going. Your show is one of the quality podcast shows out here on YouTube type of thing, man. Keep it going. I support you, and we'll be staying locked in to you.
Appreciate you, Officer. Appreciate you. Have a good day and a better tomorrow.
All right, man. You too. Stay safe, man.
Will do. Oh, my God. I got a story to tell y'all about Officer Larkins. Man, appreciate you so much. All right, so 215, you're live. You're
Hello.
live. Yeah, you're live. You're live. What's good?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing to
What's
it.
up, Law? This is Philly Star. I'm from Philly, 55 years old. Saw a lot of football in my life. I appreciate your show. Appreciate everything you do. Before I get to my point, I just want to make a quick point about Zeke. The last 2 years, he has been doing that skip pause, like the bull from Pittsburgh, and I didn't like that, especially the year when he picked up that weight. He didn't have that burst after he did that skip pause. He does not do that skip pause that much this season. He's doing a little bit. Right now, he's hitting a hole. There's a way of being patient without doing a skip pause. So he's using his eyes, and he's pausing a little bit, but he's not doing that skip pause like he used to do as much. I think they can use the fullback a little bit. They don't need him all the time, but I would like to see the fullback more. I've been asking for that for years. But my point, and once again, I respect your show, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm calling from Philly. My point is McCarthy, man. Him and Zerline, I think they're going to kill us. 2 quick points about McCarthy.
Okay.
1, you have to take the yards when that penalty, 15-yard penalty on Gregory, we could have backed them up. It would have been 2nd and Jesus.
Right.
Opposed to 3rd and 12. You reward your defense by taking the penalty. You reward Gregory by taking the penalty. Now you can either send your house or play a conservative blitz on 2nd and Jesus.
Right.
Now your defense is tight. You could have caused a turnover. They would have been hyped, but you blew that and they came down and they scored. You did it again on 2nd and 10 when it was a holding call, and you let that go. And they came down again. McCarthy is going to kill us. Kellen Moore. I've been saying this for years, even before Kellen Moore. When you have a 2-minute drill, when you have timeouts, even if it's a minute 48 and you have 1 timeout, you can run the ball, Law. You can
I know what drive you're talking about, too. Yeah.
Yes, I hate that 3 and out. Garrett used to do it. Romo, they go back, they pass the ball 3 times against a team like Carolina that blitz, sneak that either a screen or draw, a pitch or something, a quick hitter. You have a run in your offense when you have a timeout. You don't have to pass every down.
No doubt, man. Good point right there, man. Great point from you, man. Great point from the 215, man. Hey, you got to take your lumps, man. And the Cowboys, after a win, it's hard to evaluate it. You know, these are the things that we'll probably gloss over, and we'll look at it, and we will do just this right here. We will put the lipstick on the pig, and I know it's hard to be it's hard to evaluate this stuff after a win, but you'll start putting lipstick on it. And that's just how it goes. But I can tell you guys that I'm quite sure that they're going to iron some of these things out. Let's listen to 105 right quick. Let's see if they got Granny Gregory.
2 questions. My main question is, who's the real MVP of this offense? Is it Dak Prescott? He's up there on the line, seems to be calling all the right plays, making all the right calls. Or is it Kellen Moore? Is Kellen Moore in his ear telling him what to call, telling him what to do? Or, who is it? Who is making this offense that great?
Great question, Rodney. I would say yes is the answer to the question.
Yeah, that's one of those you don't want to really, mess up, and I don't think you could give a wrong answer. Right. I think your quarterback is just in 4 or 5 years has just matured so much, and he understands what he needs to do to have.
Brilliant point right there. Let's pull in 229. You live. 229. You live.
D-Law.
What's good, fam? What's good?
It's a Cowboy Nation from Georgia, man.
Georgia in the house. Good.
I just want to say a good win today for the boys.
Yeah.
We just need to keep that momentum going. And, my friends, we all watched the game today, and, they're big Atlanta Falcon fans or whatever. And,
right.
they didn't help us today by losing to Washington for sure. But I just want to keep this momentum going and go Cowboys.
No doubt, fam. Appreciate you. That's all you wanted to get this momentum going. Win is win. What you got? What you got? He ran off with the plug. We got Coach, man. 478. I need to hit, Coach.
What's going on, Law Nation? How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Talk to me.
Hey, fantastic win today. A few concerning things, but first I got to give him a shout out. Trayvon Diggs, man, this dude, he looked like he the real deal, man. He last year we saw it coming, but now he just putting it together every game, man, and it's beautiful to watch.
It is.
Also, I gotta get a young rook, man, Parsons, man. Give him a big shout out too, because man, this guy he playing all over the field. This is exactly what I envisioned. This is how I would have used him if I was coaching him, right?
Right.
And it's so interesting because so many years we had coaches who we would have talented players, but we didn't have coaches utilizing and getting the most out of their abilities. And with Coach Quinn, what he's doing right now is phenomenal, because you see these boys Osa and Totsy Goldston, and all these boys they out there running around wide open, and they got their hands on the quarterback. They can't pull them down, but they got their fingertips on them, you know. And so it's changing the game. It's changing the game. But the one thing I want to say though, Law, I hate that we got up by 3 touchdowns and it seemed like we took our foot off the gas as far as the defense went. Yeah. And I think we should keep being aggressive, play our style, and forget that prevent BS, because that's how you get beat.
Yeah, prevent you win. Yeah, Coach, you say prevent defense. Coach, you say prevent defense, prevent you from winning. But go ahead.
That's it. That's all it does. So moving forward, I would just like to see them be a little more aggressive and have that killer instinct to go ahead and put the game away. But outside of that, I couldn't be mad. I thought Kellen Moore called a beautiful play at the end of the game, the Zeke Pollard option. I thought that was a fantastic play to get that yard that we needed. And I saw some good things. And Kellen Moore, he dialing them up, man. We got guys running wide open, and that never happens for the Cowboys. And we got guys running wide open.
Hey, Coach, I like the way you presented everything, and I wish everybody that called in presented just like you. You sprinkle the positive, and then you insert, some of the negative inside, because that's constructive criticism, right? And then you lead, Absolutely. And then you finish it with positive. So that is how we got to do the flow of the show today, because we came off of a win, and I know, Coach, you had it hard with the kids too. When you coaching these kids, you can't just beat them down on what all they did wrong, but you got to let them know what they did well at. So I appreciate how you did that, Coach. You are a real one. Appreciate you.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not
That's Coach Wright right there. Appreciate him for calling in. I got 409. What's on your mind?
Oh, man, I'm excited, man.
Yep.
What's up, first? What's up, Law?
Yeah, everything cool, man. We chilling over here.
Yeah, right. I went to that Eagles game this past Monday. I wish I'd have went to this game, man. I'm just excited that we finally shit clicking, man.
Right.
I don't mean to curse, but
you good, fam.
I was, yeah, but I want Coach McCarthy. That's the only negative thing I seen, and that similar to Jason Garrett's stuff that like slowing the game down. But I'm excited about the defense, because like y'all say, I figured if it gets to about 15, somewhere in between 10 and 15, we going deep in the playoffs. Like, this the best I felt about this team since probably like 2009, and then when right before Tony Romo got hurt, when we went to Dez, it's the best I've felt about this team in a long time. And I usually don't be overexcited, but I'm excited now, man, because Dak looking better than ever. The defense clicking, Zeke looking good, Pollard looking good. I don't have nothing bad really to say, man.
No, man, I appreciate you so much, man. For the 409.
King
Kemp. Yeah, what I'm talking about. That's my dog right there, man. So we got Bond. 4518. You're live, Bond. What's good? What's good?
Hello, Lo. What's going on?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
Man, it was a beautiful win today, man. I'll be negative today. I'm gonna be positive, man. Hey, Osa or Diggy Zua, man. Beautiful man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Yo, we never had that these past years. Pass rush in the middle, as you know what I'm saying. In the middle, nobody's comfortable in the middle now. Even like we can when nobody can be like comfortable, like, in a center. Hey, man, the pressure coming from Randy and everywhere, that's like, it makes the game look beautiful. Like, our defensive backs, they're all going to be getting blessings from that, you know?
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, man, really appreciate you for calling in. Great points, great observation, man. I'm gonna get everybody, because we got this call, chat, Bond. I really appreciate you. I can't even get my words out. But we got this thing longer than Shaq's feet. So what we gonna do is we're gonna put everybody on 1 minute phone calls, man. 1 minute, hot minute. So let's get this thing going, because I want to know all of your thoughts. So I appreciate y'all. 1 minute. I got my guy, D Lunatic. What's good? You live?
Law Cowboys Nation, this is the fastest minute on YouTube.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
Dak, 130 rating, 2 touchdown, no interception. Zeke, you realize that Zeke ran for 143 yards today. Carolina had only given up 150 yards in the past 3 games. Oh, yeah. I love what Kellen Moore did in the second half. He adjusted. We imposed our will, and then that gave the momentum for our defense to blow out Carolina. I kept telling those Panthers, the Aints were your only good win, and they had 7 coaches out with COVID, and that messed up their schedule, plus the hurricane. So, hey, enjoy this win. Listen, this team is different. Enjoy it, Cowboys Nation. Now, on the Clapper and the Giants. Let's go, Culo, pinche Cowboys.
Boy, that's how y'all call in. Yeah, that's how you call in. Yeah, that guy, the Lunatic got it done in 53 seconds, man. Oh my goodness. Hey ho, we got Rob in the house. 912. What's good with you? What's good?
What's going on, Lo?
Come on, man. Victory, man. Victory is mine.
I know you right.
Victory today is mine.
The reason that took Diggs out, he was having a night spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that on the interview. But I called in for you with the darn panther hanging in the tree. Man, I was killing myself. Then you played the music, and I spit coffee all over the wall. Hey, so that was the highlight of the win for me right there, boy. That's all I want to do is tell you, man, I enjoyed you, boy. Look at here. And if I was a Panther fan, I wouldn't even look at your channel. You told us to leave for
Let's left the Godzilla.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you. Hey, Lord, I appreciate all you do.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Oh, my goodness. Rob, man, off the top rope, baby. And out of Rob. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. One time. Hey, when old boy got hit.
Damn!
All right, Rob. Let me get my guy in here, man. I got another guy that really. I want y'all to hold your horses a little bit. You know. Just this is my dog, Willie D from the 972. You live.
Man, look. First of all, I want to call you out after that Philadelphia guy. I didn't call in. But look, these last 2 weeks, these Cowboys look like the 92 Cowboys when we had all that young talent on defense side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We raining sacks. I told my family earlier, I say, we getting so much sacks that I had to joke. Anyway, I had a good joke then. Anyways,
I'm ready for the joke.
Huh?
I'm ready for it. Give it to me.
Okay, the joke was, I said we got so many sacks that
I'll buy you 15 seconds. It's 15 seconds right here. There's 15 more seconds.
Okay,
so
cool,
go.
Cool. Okay, look, I don't got nothing to say about the Cowboys. I mean, they doing their thing. But the thing about this game was Diggs. If Diggs wasn't hurt, I'm going to call up to the damn Cowboys online and go off on them. Because Diggs on the sideline when first of all he had 2 interceptions. He could have got the 3rd interception because they had the ball. And then they kept him on the sideline for like all that time and they came back on them.
No doubt, Willie D. The time went up, man. I gave you 15 extra. All right, so let's hear from. Let me get Lady Jessica here. Let me slow this down. Oh yeah, Lady Jessica, you're live, lady. What you got for this episode? Lady Jessica. Hello. Hello?
Hello?
You live. Let's go. Lady Jessica. Come on. I know you got a word for us. Lady. Come on. What's wrong with your phone, girl? Where you at?
No, God!
Lady Jessica. All right, we're gonna pick somebody else up there. All right, we tried. All right, so let's go to my guy Spartanburg. 864, you live. You live. Spartanburg, get out of there. All right. If you gonna go back to Lady Jessica, you live.
Hello?
You're live. We back with you. Come on. What you got?
What I got is our boys won. Everybody needs to stop complaining. And Diggs is not hurt. Did nobody say he was hurt? So why y'all keep on wanting to say he hurt? Shut up. Stop wishing stuff on our players. They doing good. Just keep on wishing good on them. Don't you know you stand by the words of your own mouth? Speak those things as though they were. Stop saying negative stuff over our Cowboys. Haven't y'all learned that already? Be positive, people. Stop with all the negative talk. We're supposed to be celebrating. Because remember, this is the team they said was going to whoop our boys' butts. But our boys hit 36 on them jokers. And what should have been 40-something. But anyway, that's what I have to say. And y'all stop being negative. PVO, everybody. PVO. Speak those things as though they were. Let's go for 4-1.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about, Lady Jessica. So in honor of Lady Jessica, let me see some PVO in the chat. Let me just see PVO all the way down. I just want to see PVO one time. I want to see PVO all the way down in the chat. Yeah, appreciate everybody that's calling in. So far, man, it's been a wonderful situation. PVO, that's what we want to see in the chat. Let's see what we got over here.
But expectations were this offense was going to be good. This team could go as far as this defense would take it. I would say at this point in time, 4 games in, you should be as excited as you think you should be about this football team. There's no reason not to be.
No, you should absolutely be excited. And what's going to be fascinating as we get to, say, 2 or 3 weeks down the line when guys start to come back. But then maybe you have young guys playing very, very well.
Right.
And now you're thinking, oh, okay, well, Neville Gallimore, you're a 3 technique or an under tackle.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Osa is playing pretty darn well for us here right now. Do you mess that up? Do you move, Gallimore to a 1 technique? What do you, there's things that, you have to think about. I look at, Tank. I think Tank's coming back on the longer end, not the shorter end of things. But, when he comes back, how do you play that? Do you put him and Parsons on the same side and let him rush? You put him and Gregor on the same side and let him rush?
Ooh, you
kick him inside to play defensive tackle?
Good
let him rush, in a nickel? I mean, this team has to you have an eye on right now, but you also have to have an eye on, what potentially lies ahead with some players that you could get back at some key times for when you have some. And every game, in my opinion, and you know this about me, I think every game is must win because they only play 17 of these.
Right.
At the end of the day, they're going to count them all up. And, I was looking at the NFL scoreboard just a minute ago. And there was a side of me that was looking, I was thinking, well, the Arizona Cardinals in that division, I like the Rams, I like the Seahawks, I like the 49ers, and I like.
Yeah, that's a good call from Brown Brothers. Let Dave, were you live? Uncle Dave.
Oh!
You live, man.
Junior! all I gotta say is, how about them damn Cowboys? Yeah. How about them Cowboys? Trayvon Diggs, looking like Deion Sanders out there, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, Dickie Zua looking like Russell Maryland, didn't he? Zeke, bang. I knew the man had it in him. And last but not least, Randy Gregory. He was, in the immortal words of freaking Danny Green, he was who we thought he was. He's a man.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
Believe that. And when you was talking about him, I was watching the OT.
Yeah.
And you had dropped that smoke weed every day, and then Randy Gregory pop up. I was like, man, perfect time. All it means. Yeah. I call it 34-17. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect no 36-28. And it should have been 45-14.
Yeah.
It should have been 45-14 the way they was playing. The only negative thing I got to say basically about that prevent defense. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on there. I was watching on the NFL Network. I don't know what was going on there, but I'm like,
No doubt, Uncle Dave. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That's good call, man. I gotta shut it down on this one. All right, so we got 100 grand. You're live, my dog. Appreciate you.
Listen, man. I told you we was gonna put up more than 35.
Oh, you did call it. Oh, you did call it. You did call it. You did call it. Yes, sir. You called it. You called. Let me give you some more. Let me give you some more times, man. Let me give you 15 more minutes. 15 more seconds. Go ahead.
I told you we handled our business. Trayvon's a beast out there. You know what I mean? Randy Gregory had a couple sacks. Parsons continues to do what he does, baby. And we just gonna roll, man. Giants is next, man. Let's load up.
Yes, indeed, man. It was a good game, man. So what do you think Diggs gonna end the season with? How many interceptions, man?
I give it I think he might get like about 5 more. 5 more. I think he's gonna get 10.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get 10. He's gonna get 10. He's gonna get 5 more. Because what's gonna happen is these quarterbacks they ain't gonna throw his side.
Right.
They ain't gonna throw his side. They're gonna be like, nah, we can't throw over there, dog. That's why I want to get boss man, somebody else. No. Anthony Brown had a good game today. You can't get mad at Anthony Brown. He had a good game today. He almost had a pick too, but he dropped it. He almost had one.
I can't believe it's not butter. Oh, yes, it is. Appreciate you so much for calling in, man.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, hey, before you go.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, before you go, can you tell everybody, man, 100, man, where they can find your beautiful content, man? Oh, you already go. Call back. Well, go to Twitter and just type in 100 grand. You'll see his information there. I ain't mean to get you up out of here. But we got Vegas in the house. 702, you're live. Vegas.
What's up, Law Nation?
What's good with you, man?
What's up with you, man? Very, very, very nice here. Talk to you. I've been watching your show for over a year now, man. So I'm a huge fan. But let's get to this game, though. So the defensive line today, they showed out. I'm talking about having Micah Parsons over the center, creating that pressure. That was something Dan Quinn came out of his book with today. I was definitely shocked to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Then to see that boy Terrell Basham finally show up, finally do something on that D-line. We've been waiting to see him. And that man Trayvon Diggs, 5 interceptions in 4 games. You cannot coach
his athleticism, his ability. You can't do that.
Roll
That is
Tide.
some things you cannot coach. You feel me? And then, offensively, Dak Prescott doesn't look like he's missed a beat, even with the ankle injury.
No
It don't
doubt.
look like
No doubt, man. That's a good call for him. 361. What you got?
Hey there, Law. First time caller. I've been listening for a while. Just wanted to say that, man, Anthony Brown, he's like a really hot stripper to fart in your face. You know what I mean? Just mess it up, man. Everything going really good. You know, you already paid your money, so you're just like, you got to sit there through the rest of it and be like, hopefully she don't fart again. But, man, it pissed me off. Other than that, I think defense did really good. Offense did really good. I just tired of looking at the game and saying the same thing, like, what are we doing? Like, I thought we stopped that with Garrett, but I guess I'm going to continue to do it. Every game, it seems like there's one or two moments, like, what are we doing? And I get my girlfriend asking me, like, what's going on? I'm like, girl, I have no idea because, shit, if I was out there, I'd be doing this. But that's all I want to say. Love y'all guys. Go Cowboys.
Yeah, earned yourself 15 more seconds, but man, hey, that's a good analogy, man. 361. Thank you so much for calling in. Good call from him. Oh my gosh, man. Or was that just the way she smelled? You know. Oh my goodness, man. 601. You live. You live.
Hello?
Yeah, what's good, man? You live.
Man, am I being greedy?
Hey, you know, you gotta let me know what you're talking about. On what end?
Anthony
I'm
Brown.
greedy. You talking about Anthony Get Down Brown? Go ahead with it.
Is he getting exposed or is he? Tell me something.
Well, he's playing better than he played last year. You know, that's the only part I can say that. You know, he played better than what he played last year, and he played better than what he played with Week 1. He's getting better.
All right, I'll just take the weak link in the defense. I guess this will be him.
I mean, they say we can't have it all, but we get Boss Man, we getting Sean, I guess, one day to come back. But appreciate you so much for the 601 662. What's new?
Hello, what's up, man?
Man, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I'm like with the young lady when she said, man, we need to stop complaining, man. The team, let's praise this team, man. They playing good. They playing like a top 3 team in the league right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to stop complaining. You know, like I said, we're going to have hiccups. The other team get paid to play football too. So, of course, they're going to try to make a run. So let's stop complaining, enjoy the win, and, Anthony Brown, Boss Man, will be back. So we'll be all right, man.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be good, man. Sure, we got this, man. We just got to clean up some of the things, a few things, and then re-roll it.
Yeah, that's, like I said, it's early in the season. What, week 4 is going to help. We're going to clean up. Shit, we're going to be all right. We looking good overall as a team, offense and defense. So we'll be all right. So let's enjoy the win. Get ready for next Sunday.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, Prime. Good call from you. From the 662. Now I got from the 706 Illmatic. What's good with you?
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, man.
Let me try to get some quick points in with you, brother. Number one, the NFL is going to have to put some respect on my tight ends' names. They're going to have to put some respect on these tight ends' names. Now, Schultz was a little, touchy-feely with the ball today, but the boy was balling, and he's been balling.
Right.
Number two, they said my quarterback couldn't run. They said that couldn't run. Ain't that what they were saying last week?
Yeah. That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. They said that.
That's what they were saying last week. Number three, when we get Boss Man Fat back, woo-wee. Number 4, Collins is about to lose his job to that boy Steele. Let him keep playing around. And number 5, the final thoughts. It was good to see Jalen swiping for the right reason for a change.
Right.
Yo, Law, let me say this also. Listen,
Go ahead.
all fans are not the same. So if somebody want to complain a little bit, let them complain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't control nobody. Let them be who they want to be, but let them be Cowboys fans.
No doubt. Matic, appreciate you so much for that. That's a good call from y'all. Like it is what it is. I give them an outlet to spit their mind. I let them do whatever they want to do with the complaints or what have you. Send them to me. Don't send them to Jerry Wade because he's not going to read them anyway. But at least I'm able to read them over here. And then on top of that, Cowboy Nation, just sprinkle something positive though. Right? Yeah, I think that's what we were saying with that collectively. All right. 903, you're live.
How you doing, sir? How you doing, Law?
Doing
great.
great.
I like the game, and there's a few things Dallas needs to work on. I hope they work on it before it gets too far in the season. There's simple things to adjust. But I will have to say something about Anthony Brown. Yes, he is the weak link, but at the same time, he is getting a little bit better, and he did put a good hit on one dude. I was surprised to see him hit somebody.
Yeah.
The way he did.
Yeah.
And for no yards, so that was pretty shocking to watch him hit. Now,
He did the finger wave too. He did the finger wave on one of them.
Yes, sir. Then I think the fish did a big call. I think it was just a good solid hit when they caught a 15-yard helmet to helmet. Well, helmet to helmet. It was just a good hit.
Yeah.
But you could challenge that because he already threw the flag earlier for a challenge on that little run. But I thought it was just a clean hit. I think KZ were put on somebody. That's the one.
Yeah, KZ, 174 pounds versus 250. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a bad call. I thought it was an old school hard hit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Are you not entertained?
Appreciate you, man.
Are you not entertained?
And now we have the 314. You're live.
Hey, Law, what's going on, man?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Cowboys Nation. Man, that was a big win we had today, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Law, I like how they playing, man. They not playing as individuals. They playing as a family, man.
Yeah.
And you know what happened when you mess with a family? You mess with one, you got to mess with all of them.
Right.
Man, and them guys, man, they playing hard. And the key thing, that's not even all of them. Wait till we get the whole team back.
Yep.
Ooh, man, I can't wait. And thanks again, Law. Shout out to you again.
Appreciate you, man.
This is Sparta!
That's a good call from the 314, man. Believe it or not, it's a good one. We have now. Well, we didn't clean out. It was like 18 calls in the queue, man. I felt good cleaning this thing out, man. I felt good. All right, 620. I like the 1 minute. Y'all like the 1 minute warning? Y'all go with it. 620, you live.
Yeah. What's going on, Law? How you doing, man?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me.
All right, man. I just want to give shout out to my man Ezekiel Elliott today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say enough about that man. You know, they've been putting Tony Pollard in there, they've been pumping him up. But I've been watching Zeke on the sideline. You know how you get to shaking his head like he like in a zone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And today you just seen it. You just seen it. And I just hope he keep it up because, you know, it's good when the Pollard comes in there, you get that little burst. But I like when Zeke in there and just pound him. You can control the clock that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate Zeke Elliott. Shout out to all my Cowboys fans out there. Hope we can continue this winning streak.
No doubt, man. Hey, I'm on the same page with you on that one.
Are you not entertained?
Appreciate you.
Are you not entertained?
The 832. What's new?
What up? I didn't think I was going to get in, but I just wanted to say, man, I got Law Nation on the line. Appreciate the acceptance. Hey, we went out and did that tonight. This afternoon, we went and put some points on the board, and we didn't stop. I hate that the defense kind of slowed down in the third, in the beginning of the fourth, but they came through and finished strong.
Finish strong, man. Hey, we got to continue to finish strong. We can't be sitting around here, finishing like we did. But long as a win is a win is a win. And regardless of how we get it at the end of the books of the histories of time, it's going to count as a W. So, yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's good. They just got to keep putting their foot on their neck. If they can get that done, ooh.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Bro,
I have a
appreciate
good
you.
one.
You as well, man. Good call from him. Appreciate OG P Stone with the donation. We see the good, but you say that on our position we need to improve on to be even better. I like the objective reasonings, because it's hard, man, to properly evaluate a meal that you eat on an already full stomach. It's hard to evaluate that, so sometimes you got to get a little hungry to enjoy that meal. And sometimes when you didn't have a meal in a long time, anything tastes good. So we got to leverage that out, right? And we got to make sure that what we're eating are quality food, not some junk mess. So Cowboy Nation, we're going to have to go back to the drawing boards and review everything from here. So I cleared out the queue there. I gave people ample enough time to call in to spit their mind. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all to call in on this day's show. And let's do this. Bam. And we're going to close this out. Appreciate everybody who called in. And no fly zone. This team can only get better from here, Cowboy Nation. This team can only get better.
It usually takes time for guys to develop.
Well, how many games has Diggs played?
Yeah.
I mean, he played 15. So yeah.
No, I mean he did miss.
I think he missed one game last year.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, he missed a couple.
Luckily, I have it up in front of me.
Okay.
4 games.
Okay, 4 games.
877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. Let's talk with Martin in San Antonio. Go ahead, Martin. You're on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
How you doing, gentlemen?
What's going on, Martin?
Oh man, that was a great game. Me and my dad and my brother watched this game. It was like the '90s. We loved it, but I think the Cowboys maybe halfway through the season they need to get another stud on defense. I mean, Chicago, I don't know.
Hey, if all of y'all watching right now, if y'all to continue the show, hit that like button for me, man. We got a lot of people in here. The engagement is not above at least 50%. Let's hit that like button. Let's get this thing up, man. Because if not, I got some food that I can go out there and eat. Because Law Nation about to disappear over here. I've been live sitting in this chair since, 10:30, 10-ish, what have you. So hit that like button. Let's continue to grind. Let's continue to grow the show. If not, we can roll up out of here. Let me know.
You're happy with Jordan Lewis playing the slot. Man, give me a shutdown slot player. Or I'll tell you what, if you want to, put Brown in the slot and have somebody play. See, this is where
should have signed Logan Ryan last year. Then Dak never even gets hurt.
Yeah, well, exactly. This is where you miss Kelvin Joseph. I mean, in
theory,
the plan was like, listen, we don't have a corner. We're sitting here at 10. We're going to draft. We're going to draft J.C. Horn, or we're going to get Surtain. Okay, well, wait, they're both gone? Okay, let's bail out of here, and you want to take this Slater? No, we don't want to take Slater. We don't want to take Slater. We want to take a defensive player. See, they knew that they needed a corner. I mean, they knew it, and then the second round, what did they do? I wish they'd taken my man Asante Samuel Jr., but he's shorter, and I know Will would not have done that. Will was like, Will likes longer, and so does Dan, so they weren't going to take, but he's a heck of a player. They need Joseph. If Joseph just would have been able to stay healthy and compete, then maybe, you throw him out there in a way you go and you're playing a lot better.
I'd say, sure, it would be great to talk about this Cowboys team getting a quote-unquote stud at some point in time during the season on the
Bears going to give
football.
Bears going to give it Mac. That's your team.
I don't think so.
That's your team.
I don't.
I know. Kelvin Joseph got that bad stench on him from the OTAs and not been out there in training camp because he had the COVID thing, and then Nashawn was getting all the shine. But from what tape that I was able to see, he's not marginally better than Anthony Brown. He's a lot better than Anthony Brown, and I'm not sitting here saying that. Look. I want to be like that kid. Linda, listen. Listen. Those plays that hit Anthony Brown, like he did an okay game today. He had 2 opportunities to have INTs. I know that a lot of people are going to give me flack for this. Kelvin Joseph would have got those 2 interceptions. It wouldn't have bounced off his hands. And I'm not sitting here saying that Anthony Brown is trash. And it's not a marginally better. No, Kevin Joseph is a whole lot better. That's all I'm saying.
So 877-881-1053. Let's talk with Philip in Fort Worth. Go ahead, Philip. You're on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I really do appreciate it.
No problem.
Brian, you talk about on the radio a
In the
lot
tunnel.
about the eye test. And I have a question I wanted to ask you about the defense. An observation that I've made. It just looks like this year, compared to the last few years, that they're better pre-play prepared for what they're getting ready to see. And along with having excellent play from young players like Parsons and Diggs and those guys that are playing so well at a high level right now, I think they're a playoff caliber defense because they're better prepared. What do you think about that?
No, I think your eye test is absolutely right, and especially where our seats are in the press box, they have us over in the corner, so you really kind of get an end zone look
on all 22 view,
all 22 view high up. So
right.
Pre-snap, you see when teams adjust, it's quicker for the Cowboys. There was a time where guys would like they were looking at each other like what they'd make like there'd be two adjustments, the third adjustment need to be made, and then the ball would be snapped, and then it would
all go to
28-yard gain. But to now, when you watch this team play, someone makes a check, they get a motion, they adjust the formation, then it turns into everybody's lined up to where they need to be. Now, do they cover all the time? No. Do they get
appreciate your rare cloth?
No. But you
motion
don't
pictures.
see just the massive busts that you saw of the uncertainties that happened with the previous regimes that were here.
That's the Super Bowl winning former NFL scout Brian Broaddus on Twitter at Brian Broaddus. I'm Ari Temkin on Twitter at Ari Sports. Twitch.tv/Dallas.
Appreciate them. They're finna close it out. But, the craziest thing of it all, a lot of people don't know that Anthony Brown and Joseph share the same rep. So it's kind of hard, for the rep to be like, hey, So there's a lot of things that goes unseen with that. And all I'm saying is that Kevin Joseph and Boss Man Fat, if you want to call him that, versus a Anthony Brown, you will have to look at it like this. The Cowboys drafted him for a reason, and they can't rush him out there. A growing injury is a fickle one. It seems as if, though, it go away, then it comes back. Look at Donovan Wilson. He tried to rush himself out, and now he's extended for even longer period of time. So it's just one of those things right there. Cowboy Nation, we came off of a good win today, and let's celebrate this for 24 hours. Let's enjoy. Let's go watch the game over and over again. Rewatch the highlights. Oh, did the Washington team win? What was the final scores of all of those teams over there? Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see what we got over here. ESPN scoreboard. Cardinals winning. Okay, Seattle Seahawks, they're winning. Ravens, they're beating the Broncos. I meant to say. The Packers are winning. I can't stand those two teams anyway. Washington team won. Okay, all right. Colts won. Okay, the Browns won. Okay, dang. I'm saying okay. So everybody won in our division but the Eagles. Is that true? Let me double check. 42-30. Did y'all check to see whether or not that was relevant or not, that the Chiefs beat the Eagles? They got this thing called relevancy over there, and they always want to come over here with relevancy. So y'all let me know if that was a relevant win. The 42-30. They put 40 of them on them. Okay. So Washington team. So everybody won but the Eagles. And we don't even play them until the week 17. But if you guys can, sing it along with me. Cry, Eagles, cry to the land of no victory.
No.
Cry, Eagles cry, 'cause they all on my channel. Oh, my goodness. I be minding my own business and they come over here. That'd be so funny to me. It just be so funny to me. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm going to grab me something to eat, but I really appreciate you guys for tuning in for all of these hours I've been streaming over here, helping this channel grow. Thank y'all. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. And for all of the Panthers, man, hey, we hope we find the person that did this to your cat. You know, I heard it was this guy right here. I heard it was this guy right here that did this to your cat. So somehow you're going to have to find this man, and you will have to make him your number one enemy, because what he done did to your cat, he ripped it down, he tore it in half, he ripped it open, and he said, this is your king? Is this not why you're here? Hey, this is what he did.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I hope that you guys may find him one day, and you meet him up and you say, hey, why did you have to do this to my cat? Why? And then he's going to say, tell him that is human nature. Yeah. Why? So for all of the Panthers fans that said y'all was going to win that game,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
the cat killer, Peter. I'm going to point out the guy. I'm going to snitch on him right here. It is him. He's the one that killed the cat. Yeah. Man, oh man. We up out of here, Cowboy Nation. I hope all is well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you have not subscribed so far and you listening and you said, man, hey, this law, man, he be telling the truth. And I be telling y'all. And everybody be putting in the chat.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, they be saying it all the time. I be sitting there like, yeah. I be telling the truth. But I come here to tell you guys, you got to keep your mind straight. You got to stay focused. You got to keep everything in front of you one day at a time, 1 week at a time. And we build these things. We stack them together, by the way. We do. We really, 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 really do. A prize fighter continue to fight even when he's down. Yeah, we do. We're going to let these donations come in.
How about dimples? WTF is McCarthy doing? What kind of mindset is he trying to set?
Yeah,
I don't trust him at all.
She gonna go talking all day today. Let's go. Turn me up.
Haven't felt this good since the 90s. Let's go. Raised fist. Football. #DC4L.
Appreciate you, Ken, for the donation. We're gonna let the AI, she gonna put in some extra overtime. The virtual drink is real. The time you spent here is real. Let me know if you had a great time.
Are you not entertained?
Jerry.
Are you not entertained?
Let them know also what you want. What you want, Jerry?
I want me some glory hole.
Don't we all? Yeah. Keep pounding. We're going to take that philosophy. Because when we keep pounding and we keep grinding, it just seems as if though good things happen. So we're going to take that metaphor. Let me go back to clicking on this, strolling on down the full box, and let me go over to the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, 20 touches for 143 yards and 7.2 yards per. Tony Pollard, 10 carries for 67 yards. And then my guy, number 4, ran the ball 4 times for 35 yards. And also threw for 4 tubs and no INTs with a quarterback QBR of 88.1. Shout out to the 88 Club. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Appreciate you, Kelvin, for the cash app. Appreciate you. Let's go. If you have not subscribed to the channel and you here watching right now,
shame. Shame. Shame.
Shame on you. Share this content. If you're not, share this content.
Shame.
Come on.
Shame.
Persons is a force multi.
Shame.
Yo.
D-line putting pressure. O-line is nasty. We are on our way.
We on our way, baby. They say, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish or fame, or sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want. Dogged and grim, and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. The beat of my heart is crying, Cowboys, I pledge my time to the nation. The beat of my heart is crying, Cowboys, I pledge my time to the nation. Come on, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Connor Williams played a clean game. Big ups to him.
We're striving so high. We grinding.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's
we are the best wherever we go. Come on. Let's go. Hey. Come on. Y'all write that one down. Hey. Cowboys all day. Tell them. Let's roll. Let's roll. Little credits. Let's go. Yeah.
Chalk it up. Talk of the time when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things when your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me
Ricky
and
Ray.
and I tell him it's I got wifey on and she free photo. Please no photos. Jeez.
Let's go.
Please,
what we tell them?
I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today.
Young Wilson, appreciate you. Always a lady, David. Yeah, appreciate you.
I would never sell my only
No,
soul. Heard
Ashley.
your whole team was for
Come
sale.
on.
Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest we might never know.
Yeah.
All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when
Jay
they sign
Lombardi,
you up. Try you out and then
Paul
they line
Mills,
you up.
OG, P
Now you
Stone.
looking hungry, ribs are touching,
Let's go.
need some food.
Hey.
Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day. Now
I see
you're
you,
old
Sean
news.
James
Now you got
Brown.
the pen and
Not
pad,
the
you're trying
singer,
to
may he
take my
rest in
moves.
peace.
Nowadays, nothing
I see
really
you,
excites me.
Ford.
Only one of me
Bubba.
and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him
Isaac,
it's
let's go.
I got wifey on bling and she
HC.
free photo. Please, no photos.
Hey.
Jeez,
Yo.
no, please.
If your
no
birthday
photos.
this month,
Nowadays,
happy
nothing
birthday
really
to you.
excites me. Only one of me and nobody's
Come
like
on.
me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's
We the boys. It's a party time over here. Come on.
Please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos.
Get out of here. Go to your room.
I ran up a check, I might do it again.
Do it again.
Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends.
They try to get close, but they can't.
I'll be free until the end. Crib outside
Law
the city,
gang,
and
I
I'm
appreciate
flipping
you,
my ends.
Elijah.
Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins.
Oh.
I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Get it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up.
Come on.
I'm just doing me, everything is
Hey,
on
do me a huge favor. Do me a huge favor. I want to see down the line. 3-1, like my dog Rue Glock got right there. I want to see 3-1. 3-1 all the way down the line. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Come on. I know y'all can do it. Let's go. Come here.
I'm a cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much.
Let's go.
Just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up.
Yeah, it's a party.
Hey. Me, I put the ladders up.
All the haters.
No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pay up, get money, then we lay low.
He needs some milk.
Bankroll,
come on. Let 3 ones up in here. Let's go. Roll Tide. I see you. Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah. Come on. Hit DJ Long Time now, baby. Come on.
Everything is on me, or you matter what.
If you don't like this channel, come on. Come on. My dog's at right here. Eric, I see you, fam. Put down where y'all are from, because I really believe in the hearts of hearts that the Cowboy Nation is the only nation that can put down that we from San Diego, California. Oh, we from Backdoor, Mississippi. We from Florida. You know, or we from Tennessee. Let's slow this down just a little bit for everyone. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Appreciate y'all, man, so much for jumping on in. We gonna cool it off a little bit. Yeah, Davis in the house. Come on. South Carolina, Johnson, appreciate you. Rue Glock 904. Yeah. Should be 4-0, yeah. East 1990. I see you, Cole. Shout out to you. Sonic Boom. Yeah. Oklahoma in the house. Marcus Callaway, the best way. Long. Let's go. Hey. Roll with me. Hey. It's a party over here. Shout out to the victory jacket. Look what I look with the victory. Play the tune, baby. Come on. Hey. Shout out to Diggs, man, with 5 INTs. We was happy. We was literally happy when you see a DB to get 2 interceptions in a year. Oh, my goodness. You talking about raising the bar. Yeah. Victory dance.
Another one. And another one.
Hey. Come on. Come on. Hey. Oh. Come on, Cowboys. All day. Don't let it hit you. Let me let you know how it sounds when it hits you. That's how I know. You know when it hits you, it's gonna hit you just like this. Run it back. Hey. Come on. Hey. Hey, hey, come on. Yeah, Nation. He said victory joy.
Take a drag of my cigarette.
Come on. Breathe your in, little drip. I see you. Let's go. Cowboys Hopper.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you.
Yeah.
Don't let the street lights
watch this. Oh.
You know it's dangerous.
Come on.
To go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you.
The name of this song, Jay Worthy, is Rebel Day. Yeah, Rebel Day. Come on.
Wherever you go.
Come on.
Whatever you do.
What's the title
Crane, Rebel Day. We got you right here. And another one. Yeah, I got you right here. For the direct access to this song, shout out to one of my partners, Epidemic Sounds. Be sure to check them out. Click the link in the description box for more of the information. Click that also information that I sent you. Rebel Day, Paper Crane, baby. Turn me up. Hey. We rolling, baby. And I ain't talking about the paper. Shout out to Trayvon Diggs again. Rebel Day. It's like a victory dance, baby. Whatever you do, come on. Hey.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Hold your drinks up, baby.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly,
let them know.
Then forever doesn't feel that far.
Who's nervous about the game?
So far,
Iceberg Kill, I see you. Let's go.
If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. You know, I gotta give it to everybody that's watching so far. Really appreciate you guys. Let's go. Let's go.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're
going to meet. You know, I never paid attention to those people that's in the background of this picture. Them jokers got on flip-flops. They ruthless over there. Poor Panthers. Poor Panthers, man. Them dudes with flip-flops. With my Gucci flip-flops on. As we take a deeper look into it.
Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Never know who you're going to meet. And that dude got on plaid pants. Oh no, are those square toes with the belt that match in a mustard suit? Dude right beside him got some ashy knees. He must have got on his knees to kill that one. Come on. Are those swimming trunks or just not how you wear the swimming trunks around after you took a dip? Come on. It's a shame. Let me play a shame right quick. They done pulled that cat out of the tree. Why you do that cat like that? Shame. Why you pull the cat out of the tree? That's some demonic stuff that happened to that cat. Who was that guy? Oh, it was him. It was him right here. He's the corporate. Kellen Moore, why would you do that to the #1 defense in the NFL? Come on, why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? It's a shame. It's a crying shame. Somebody get some lotion for that man.
Be your biggest fan.
with the flip flops. I'm blaming the people
They're
now.
really tough and they're really rough.
The guy with the pink shorts and the guy with the plaids. I'm blaming them.
Inside of you that says,
how dare you?
I just have to follow that because you don't know.
Well, we out, Cowboy Nation. One love. Now we got everything. Rest in peace. It's a shame. I guess I can go home now and grab me something to eat. We out.